In this video, I'm going to show you several methods for attaching BlueTex insulation to the inside of existing metal buildings. One of the challenges for retrofitting an existing building is you may look at it and say, how am I going to attach the insulation to the inside of the metal? Wood frame buildings are obviously much easier. You can use staples, cap nails, or screws to attach the BlueTex insulation to the wood. But with metal framing, it can be more difficult. I'm going to give you several methods and ideas for installing BlueTex insulation in your typical metal building, barn, shed, airplane hangar, etc. And then I'm going to show you an advanced system for large commercial structures. Remember, the main thing we want to accomplish is to create a new, solid, and continuous inner skin inside your building. We want the warm, moist air inside the building to never be able to reach the cold metal surface. This will prevent sweating or condensation, and with the foil side facing out, it's going to reflect 97% of the radiant heat, which will make the building much cooler and more comfortable. First, let me say that you might have to get a little creative when installing BlueTex insulation in your metal building, since all metal buildings can be a little different, and you may want to have a different finished look on the inside. All the products that I'm going to demonstrate in this video are listed at our website, BlueTexinsulation.com. There are basically two methods for attaching BlueTex insulation to the inside of the metal, and I call them the hold and screw method or the pin method. In the hold and screw method, you're typically going to use some double-sided tape to hold the BlueTex insulation, and then you're going to screw in some type of attachment. There are several options for this. You can either use plastic or metal washers with self-tapping screws. I'd recommend either using 5/8 or 3/4 inch screws. I'd also recommend using a hex head magnetic nut driver, usually 1/4 inch, and not Phillip head screws. Once installed, you can either leave them like this or you can finish them off with matching tape to make them blend in. For the pin method, you're going to attach pins to the inside of your metal framing and then push the pin through the BlueTex insulation. Then add a locking washer and then either cut or bend the pin to finish it off. There are two types of pins you can use, either the self-adhesive or the glue attached. For the self-adhesive, simply peel off the paper and stick it on the metal. This is quick and easy. However, according to the manufacturer, the adhesive is only good up to about 140 degrees. So here's an easy solution. Take a self-tapping screw and permanently attach the base to the metal. Here's another little trick. I've got an old magnetic wristband to hold the screws while working, and you can find some fancy new style wristbands on either Amazon or eBay. The next pin method is the glue attached. The base is perforated to hold the high temperature adhesive rated up to 325 degrees. Simply apply a nickel-sized squirt in the center and press onto the metal. Then wait about 24 hours before applying the BlueTex insulation. A little trick here is to use a piece of styrofoam to hold a bunch at one time while you apply the glue, and you can use it to hold them while you're installing. Personally, I like the self-adhesive type plus a screw. There's no mess, the metal can be a little dirty, it's guaranteed to be permanent, and you don't have to wait to start installing the BlueTex insulation. In fact, I think it's actually best to install the pins as you go. Figure out where your first piece of BlueTex insulation is going to go, install the pins, then press the BlueTex insulation onto the pins, then figure out where your next piece is going to go, put your pins in there, and then install the second piece and just keep going. One question we get is how many pins should I use during installation? Well, the BlueTex insulation comes in 4-foot wide rolls with your tape tab on one end. I'd recommend 3 connection points about 24 inches apart across the roll. Typically, you're going to run it perpendicular to your metal framing. For the seams, you can either butt up the BlueTex and use a pin on each edge, or overlap the seam a couple of inches and double up on the washers and then use the attached tape tab or some foil or white tape to seal the seams. I want your installation to go as fast and easy as possible. And I'm going to show you a trick that nobody else is going to show you. It's how to handle the corners. If you've got a square tube building, your foam and foil is going to come this way, and then it's going to turn 90 degrees and go this way. So the challenge is, how do you connect the corner on a corner? Essentially, you want a 90-degree bend or a corner on this corner. And it also is the same application when your ends or your gable ends hit your roof. It's going to bend 90 degrees and go across your roof. I'm going to show you a method. It's fast, it's easy, and it looks great. What you're going to do is you're going to take your pin with the self-adhesive tape on the bottom, put it on the edge, and put the pin so it's about 1/8 or 1/4 inch past the edge of the metal. Then take your self-drilling screw, put that on one side, then you're going to bend it over, then take another self-drilling screw on this side, and there you have it. Once you have your pins installed, push the pins through the insulation and then come in with your locking washers, push those down, and you've got an easy, great looking corner. Now let me show you an advanced system for really large commercial buildings. It's called a pin welder. Let me show you how it works. You insert the pin and then instantly weld the pin to the metal. Then install the BlueTex insulation and the washers. I'm going to do another video just on the pin welding system for larger buildings. Thanks for watching. I hope this video will make it easier for you to install BlueTex insulation in your existing building. For a complete list of all these products, you can visit BlueTexInsulation.com. If you have any questions about a specific project you're working on and need technical advice, or you want to request some free samples of the BlueTex insulation, once again, visit BlueTexInsulation.com or give us a call.